Hello everyone and welcome to the second episode of the third season on the River Styx server. In between episodes, as you can see, I got some shiny new diamond armor. Now all of this armor came from villagers, so as you can see we've got some basic enchantments on it. Nothing too fancy, but it's definitely better than the iron armor or the no armor that I was running on the last episode. So as you can see, we've started down here in the basement again, and as I mentioned in the previous episode, we have a cave spider spawner just up these stairs. Now at the moment, I've just come through here, I've lit it up, and I've now just got to clear out the room. Now, if you don't know much about how these spawners work, the best way to get the most amount out of them is to give them a space that's basically 4 blocks away from the spawner in all directions. So 4 to the left, 4 to the right, 4 to the front, and 4 to the back, and then give it it's either 2 or 3 upwards. And then you want to drop them out of the detection range. So you're best off dropping them at least 5 to 6 blocks down. Now, because these are spiders and they can crawl up the walls, I always like to go at least another block or 2 wider. It's not necessarily important to do so, but I just think it works a little bit better myself. So I'm going to get that done, and we'll start digging that out. And I'll just quickly mention, this is not this room here that we're in right this second will never be seen once this is finished. So it's all just going to funnel the spiders downwards, down a little water stream, which will take them down to where my AFK spot will be, which will look something like this, just a bit prettier. And because of that, I don't really care how pretty or ugly this room is. So I've got no problems using a mixture of blocks like cobblestone and dirt and whatever. But if you were to do this on your own, then you definitely want to make sure that you are decorating these walls before you take these torches away. As long as all these torches are out here, nothing can spawn because they have to spawn in low light levels. So this would be the time to dig out the extra wall and plug it back up and go from there. So anyway, I'm going to dig out this room and I'll be back shortly. Alright, welcome back, and as you can see, I have completely finished the farm. I got a little bit carried away and just kept on working. We've got a few spiders already spawned here, which is fantastic. And if you look in the background there, you'll see the glow squids. So just a random sort of every now and again, because it's super dark and we're in the cave sort of level, we're actually getting some glow squid out of this, which is quite good. I mean, it's not really what we were built it for, but I mean, free glow squid is always good. So every now and again they'll come down here. We can reach them. As you can see, he's swimming around, so he can be out of our reach. But also every now and again he'll actually jump on top of these slabs here, and he'll just suffocate and die. When that happens, he's just dropping his ink sacs anyway. So it's not a bad thing. So as you can see, we're getting a few drops out of this. Now if you build this yourself, just a couple of things I'll mention. So cave spiders are actually slightly smaller than regular spiders, and they can actually get through a half slab gap. So you want to make sure you got some sort of trapdoor or something like that blocking them, as well as the slab itself. So that's just the first thing to mention. The second thing is they have quite a long reach, so when they try to sting you, if you get right up against this block here, if I break this wall for a moment, if you are standing right here and you're swiping away at them, then they'll actually get you. I'll show you here. So if I get right up here, you can see they're not going to do it now, but they can actually still get you occasionally. So just for your own safety, just put a little, put the block plus a wall, you'll be fine. You can still easily reach them with every swipe, and you don't need to worry about them getting you. Now, as you can see, the XP orbs are actually getting stuck there. So if I have a look at the hitboxes so I've just turned on the hitboxes, you can actually see that the hitbox is actually just that bit taller, and it can't actually get through because the hitboxes are actually about the same size as a half slab. So what happens here? So what I've done here is I've actually put these little stairs on the side. So if you come over to the side using that hitbox, you'll see they'll come off to the side there, and then they'll come straight down, and there they are. So, and then all you have to do is just get close, and you start getting the XP, which is fantastic. Love that sound. So yeah. Anyway, so this is it. So as you can see, like I said, if you look down there, you can see some cobblestone. It's, as I said before, I'm not going to decorate the inside there. I might go back there one day and just sort of give it a quick decoration. But for now, I'll pretty much just leave it as it is. Now, this is going to be a good little source of XP. Spiders aren't the best XP source, but the cave spiders aren't actually too bad because they're a bit more dangerous. You get a bit more XP. As far as the drops, string is going to be handy. We're going to have some villagers later on, and the spider eyes will be handy to make some splash potions of weakness, which to basically heal them. And yeah, so and then this is the hallway here. So I'll show you how this sort of relates to the rest of the base, or the rest of the bunker, or whatever you kind of call it, the basement. So as you can see from here, the original staircase was around here, sort of thing. So I've put it central. So this block here is actually centered to the entire spawner, and I just think that sort of fits in quite nicely. So obviously, like I said before, this here we'll get to later on once we've got some better tools. This will be for the super smelter, although I was actually thinking about maybe even turning this into some elevators, because I've realized I don't actually have any space for elevators in here. So that's something we'll have to have a look at later on. And then of course I've still got to decorate this entire staircase, and I'm missing a few stairs up there as well. So yeah, this is coming along really well. Now the next thing we're going to do today is an iron farm. So I've been running out of iron constantly. This is all the iron I actually have, and I've been mining a couple of times real quickly off camera, and as you can see I've got a bunch of other stuff, but I just cannot keep up with the iron. So we desperately need an iron farm, and even like this here, if you look carefully here, you notice that there's still hoppers missing. There's no hopper under this one either. This is all just for show at the moment. So we need to really get this iron going. So I've actually already gathered all the materials here, and that is all we need for a quad iron farm. So that will basically mean that we can spawn up to 4 iron golems at a time. This is going to be really good, and yeah. So I'll start gathering all this stuff, taking it over to where I'm going to build the iron farm. Then we'll get a couple of villagers over there, start breeding them up so they can become adults, and we'll get the iron farm started. So let me get all this stuff over there, and I'll talk you through it all once we get there. Alright, back now. Alright, so I have built the iron farm now. Now, this is a design by Gnembon. I'll put a link down in the description. Now, this is actually 1/5 of his actual design. So the design he's got has 20 iron farm, or 20 villages, all producing iron, and his version produces a massive 90,000 iron per hour. Now, this being 1/5 of that, this is more likely to do around about 1,800 iron per hour. Now, I've left the rail up here at the moment. I've just got to wait for a pillager. I did have one down there that I pacified, but because I've got some villagers inside that house at the moment, they actually spawned an iron golem, and he killed the pillager. So what I've got over here at the moment is just a zombie wearing a cave spider head, and is that not the ugliest face you've ever seen? But the problem with him is, so with zombies, they can only scare villagers up to 8 blocks away, whereas a pillager can scare them 11 blocks away. So at the moment, this is the only village that's currently spawning iron golems, and those 3 are not. So once I get a pillager, then we'll hopefully get 4 iron golems spawning all at the exact same time. Every time he comes over here, they'll spawn 4 iron golems, and then he'll disappear, and then he'll come back, and then they'll spawn 4 iron golems again, things like that. Now the only other thing, because this is designed to have essentially 4 more of those modules, I've actually had to just create a bit of a clock down here to just delay him and park him here for a little while. And look at that ugly face. So yeah, but he's just temporary for now, and once we get a pillager, it'll be fantastic, and then we'll have the whole farm working. But until then, as you can see, without fail, iron golems spawn just about every time. There is the odd occasion they don't, but 9 times out of 10 they do. And then all the drops just come through down here and get collected. And yeah, as you can see, I haven't really been running it very long, but it's just the start anyway. Now, while I was going to finish this off and go looking for a pillager and bring him back here and all the rest of that, one of the other guys on the server, Spitedwatermelon, has come across and asked me if I want to go and build a general mob farm with him. So, oh yeah, and we got our wings, but with that, you'll have to wait for the next episode to find out about that one. So, Spitedwatermelon somewhere over here. We've got this little river or lake over here that's just in the middle. It might be this one here actually. Yes, it's this one here. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically build just a general mob farm over here, and this will give a creeper farm to start with, and we may just do a general mob farm later on as well. So this is where we're going to be building that. So we're going to jump into a time lapse now with Spitedwatermelon and get that sorted. See you shortly. Alright, so we've now finished the mob farm. As you can see it right there. It's turned off at the moment, but Spitedwatermelon actually AFK'd there overnight. And this was yesterday that we finished it. And we've already pulled all the stuff out now. We've actually taken a little bit of stuff away from it, but pretty much just from it. This was about 8 hours of AFK session. Pretty much got a full double chest of all of this stuff. We did take some of that gunpowder out, so that was a full double chest. And then this on top of it, so around about a full stack plus a full chest plus about 15 or 16 stacks of additional items. We also got a little bit of this stuff, which is just from witches dying, but not enough to actually matter. So yeah, that's it. That's it right there. It's all done, and it's working absolutely wonderfully. And yeah, this is a Gnembon design. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before, but I will put the link in the description, and it is absolutely worth building in your builds. It took us, with the two of us, took us about an hour to build it, and that was about it. And that, I think, is a lot of bones, a lot of gunpowder, and a lot of everything else for just 1 hour of work. So if you should definitely build one of these in your world. Now, on the side note, once we finished it, Spitedwatermelon actually helped me find a pillager outpost, and we grabbed a pillager and brought him over here. So the iron farm is now functioning completely. Now, as you can see, it's still a big mess over here, but you can see the pillager comes in and nothing happens. There's always one time it fails. There was an iron golem down there dying, so I'm going to guess that he hung around up the top here a little bit too long. So if we just give it about 35 seconds or so, what will happen is he'll come over, and all 4 villagers, so that's one whole village, that's another village, and so on. They'll all hopefully spawn at the exact same time. Now, what I will also mention is that I made a small mistake earlier when I mentioned the scare ranges. And basically, so there you go, 4 iron golems all at once, and then they all come down here. We'll get to that in a moment. And as you can see, they all just die. I'll come out here a bit. They all just die in the lava, and it goes into these chests here. And I've broken some chests. I've already taken the stuff inside. You can see that we get some flowers and some iron for one night of AFK though. We'll show you what we got. Now, what I was going to say before, what I was going to correct myself about before, earlier on I said that, well, what I should have said was the scare range for a pillager is actually 15 blocks. I believe I said 12, but it's actually 15 blocks, so that was my mistake, and I apologise. But, yeah, Gnembon explains all of that in his videos anyway. So, iron-wise, for roughly about 20 hours of AFK, we have that and all of that. That is a whole lot of iron. So this is fantastic, which brings me to my next thing. I think it's time to open our first shop here on the server. So I'm going to head into the shopping district now. I'm going to build a little shop selling iron, help out my fellow River Stickians, or whatever we call ourselves. And, and yeah, it was at this moment that Sim realised he didn't have the iron ore that he needed to build his shop. So we went mining first. So why don't you leave a comment down the bottom and let us know how many diamonds you think Sim will get. And yeah, this is totally not Sim. This is just some voiceover guy. I promise. Ooh, diamonds! Oh, finally, diamonds. I've been mining for ages. Nothing. At least that was a decent vein. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Oh. More diamonds again? Ooh. Diamonds again already? Ooh. Sim was in real trouble, so he logged out, contacted Spitedwatermelon, and asked for help. Oh, that was a close call. I just fell into lava with all these ores on me and things like that, and I just had to get Spitedwatermelon to come and clear out the area while I quickly logged out and saved my little butt. So thank you so much, Spitedwatermelon. You are an absolute legend, and I owe you big time. Now, I'm just about to finish this hour. Let's get back into it. Diamonds again, yes. All right. All right, so that's 1 hour done. Talk about photobombing. Alright, so that's 1 hour done. How did you go? Let's see how close you were to guessing. Now, this is just the ores. We'll break them all down in just a moment. But we got, all up, we got all of that. So, this is a bit of everything in here. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to build all these up. Spitedwatermelon there. Decides he's going to... yeah, that's okay. He's just gonna vibe in the background there. Right, so while we're vibing to these awesome tunes, I'm gonna build all these up into a tower, break it all down, and let's see what we get. Alright, so as you see, we got a nice big tower. Let's break this down now, hey? Let's do this. And in the comments again, see if you can guess how many actual things we'll get out of it. Not the ores themselves, but how many actual diamonds, redstone dust, and so on you will get. As you can see, quite a decent tower. Each layer is about 50 blocks. Good luck. How'd you go? Let's have a look. Now, if you guessed 59 diamonds, you were correct. Other than that, yeah, got a little bit of gold, a little bit of lapis. But where we really lucked out was in the redstone. I mean, there's so much redstone there. This is going to last me a little while, so this is going to be fun. Alright, now let's head to the shopping district and let's build ourselves a shop. Alright, so this is the iron shop pretty much completely finished. There's a little bit more I want to do to it still. Over the back here, we've got a couple of windows, and there's no glass on them, for starters, and I haven't put anything at all up here just yet. I'm just gonna, this will be for a future expansion, but for now it's just going to be an empty room. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to, yeah, so, alright, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to show off some stuff. So, like, you know, you got the lanterns, which you need iron for, you need hoppers, which you need iron for, you need anvil, which you need iron for, and you can make a nice little street light. Inside, we've made it look a bit like a blacksmith, so we've got some irons, we've got some cauldrons filled with lava as well. I did have all these filled already. I need to refill them, and basically I'm hiding little secret specials in them, so I'll put, like, you know, a stack of iron in here, or half a stack of blocks or something like that, and it'll be considerably cheaper than it was before. But someone's already come through and bought them all already. I cleared those out earlier on. This is while I was still building it, people kept coming by. So over here we've got iron ingots. We got 32 ingots for a diamond. Over here we've got diamond blocks, and as you can see, someone's already been back through here as well. So what's that? That's 18 blocks is 2.5 stacks of diamonds. That is quite lovely, to be honest with you. Alright, and then over here we've got rails, we got cauldrons, we got buckets, which we sold a stack of buckets as well. Got some anvils, and then we've got some hoppers up here. And if you are watching this, you should definitely look through all these chests, because as you can see, secret special, you should be going through all the furnaces. This is where you'll find the really good deals. But I'm pretty happy with the way it is. We've got some heads from some of the players. What I've been doing is in the furnace, one of these furnaces, I've been putting like a stack of iron for your head. So people are leaving their head behind and I'm getting their iron. So yeah, it just helps fill it out, make it look a bit nicer rather than just some armor stands. But that's it for now. The iron ingot, I'll put a link down in the description. I followed a tutorial for that. It's a pretty old tutorial, but it still works beautifully. As you can see, even with new textures and things like that. And I'm very happy with that. Really brings some attention to the building. That's about it. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like. And if you really enjoyed it, please make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this one. And I will see you in the next one.